We did it again, y'all. We bought some shit we shouldn't have. Nope, sure didn't. I mean, we sure did. We should have done it. Here we go. Let's go.
What did we do? What did we do? What did we do? We got a bucket truck, y'all. We bought this thing January of last year. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I got the mic on. And they're cut grass next door. Big old 1-ton 3500 HD with the bigs of blocks 454 in it. It is an absolute mess. While it was sitting at the auction, somebody ripped up the dash and took stuff out of it, but they left me the key. Yay, thanks for that. I don't know if the windshield was cracked or not. I don't care. We got a pretty good deal on it. But I didn't know it was this bad. One of those sight unseen situations. This would be a great rig for me if we got it going. Now, that being said, put the battery in it, spun it over, sounded fine spinning over, but it didn't fire up. No, it did not cranky. These things, when they sit for a while, it is pretty common for it to need a fuel pump. So I bought a fuel pump. And it was of the modular kind, so it wasn't cheap. Well, guess what? There's no fuel tank for the fuel pump. So I bought a tank with a pump in it. I got this thing delivered to me today. Yes, I did. And then look at this mess of wires. And these lines were going in that hole. I don't know if you can see that hole. Can you hear that weed eater? Fuckers. Anyway, fuel lines are going in that hole. Those fuel lines were in this frame rail, kind of going to absolutely nothing. There's a fuel filter down there. Can you see it? It is right there. Fuel filter. Yep, sure enough. These two lines on the ground kind of ended there. And I got these 3 or 4 lines over here, and that looks like a vent line that comes off over here, and it's got a T. It's like, what's going on? And then I saw this, and I was like, wait a minute. That's an electric pump, but it's a pickup pump or transfer pump. Oh, there's a tank in the back. So it's got a rear tank, the transfer pump, factory. And I'm hoping and I'm praying to Jesus all that stuff is still functional and working. But I gotta figure out this crap, figure out what these wires go to, and see if I can get my tank that I've already bought to work. This is a 1998. 98 calls for a modular style pump. This does not accept a modular style pump. It wants a metal style pump versus the plastic pumps. Well, 97 has the metal style pumps, metal style nipples, you know what I'm saying? And it's pretty common for strip chassis or heavy duty stuff to share split gears and things like that. So here's my big tank. I gotta see if I can get it to go in and make it work. That's what I want to do, because I bought this from a return. They probably returned it because of a dent. I don't know. So instead of paying $400 or $500 for it, I probably only got $100 or so in it. But here we go. I ran that number. That fuel pump is about 10 psi lower. It does the gallons per minute, but pressure-wise, it's a little lower than what this thing calls for. So if I do get lucky enough and can hook it up and it fits and the lines fit and it transfers and stuff, it'll still run, but it may not run it wide open. And I can swap out the electric pump on the inside. That's what I'm hoping. But I like it because all these doors are functional. They open and close. And anybody who knows me knows I'm super terrified of heights. So I would love to play on this bucket if it works. And be able to get up there and do some of my own tree limbs and workings, and then use this as a rig. Because This thing should be able to tow this building down if I want to. I don't know. Or we might just resell it. These things seem to be going for about $12,000, $13,000 functional and working. If the AC works and I can get it turnkey and dependable, probably like $7,500. I ain't that greedy. You never know. Anyway, but it is a 454. So let's get some batteries on charge and that tank under there and see if we get lucky. Yeah, let's do that. All right, enough yambling and rambling. Let's get to work. First thing I want to do is take some wrenches, take some things apart, trim some lines, get this gooey stuff out. I don't know what's going on in there. Alright, that'll clean it up a little bit. Why is it so sticky? It's like nasty sticky. Let's see if we get lucky. I would have loved to see how the previous people had it rigged up through the hole, transferring maybe from the back tank to a whole tank and then to the motor. I don't know. The odometer reads 120,000 miles, so it can't be too bad, turn this off while they're doing the yard work. I'll get that tank squeezed in here and we'll turn you back on. I have an idea. Instead of lugging this big tank under there and trying to lift it by myself and attach these hoses, I'm gonna pull this module out real quick, carry the module over there, and see if I'm lucky enough that these threads match up properly. And then I can figure out which one is high pressure and return and all that good stuff. I am hoping one's gonna be high pressure, one's gonna be return, and the other one's gonna be vent. That's probably the vent. Nope, that's the vent. And that's probably gonna be the transfer. Either or, back and forth, I don't know. We'll see. It looks like it might be right. And then the color code wires are not correct, so we'll have to figure out what's going on there. Everybody knows how to take that out, right? You just take the locking ring and you knock it sideways. Bloop, 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 bloop. Right. This thing is brand new. That's a shame it's the wrong part number. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, yeah. It's close though. Very, very, very close. Alright, let's crawl under there and see how it goes. Oh man, I hope this works. Because if the pump and stuff work, I mean if the tank fits and these bolt in, I can change this piece and get the right pressures. Sure can. Yep. Let's see. That is not it. Oh yeah. That one fits. This one. Make me fight you. Ha ha, that one fits. This what they call sending unit, the metal piece here, it's probably the same. Nice. Okay. Guess I need to put it back in the tank now, huh? Or I can go get my wiring stuff, figure out the wiring first. This one's gonna go there, that one's gonna go there. Let's figure out the wiring. There's bound to be a diagram online to tell me what wires do what. If not, I will go get my power probe and turn the key back and forth. So that means we need to put some batteries on charge. Battery time. Battery time. Let me out. Let me out. Get out. I want out. Boom. Batteries. Where are some batteries? Where's the battery charger? I can take battery. I don't want to take it out of that. I don't know. I'll find some batteries. I think we're ready to proceed a little bit. I got my wire crimpers, strippers, automatic strippers, little Chinese power probe, a jump box. And according to Google AI, purple wire should make this fuel pump buzz. Make buzzy noises. Bzz, 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 bzz. So once I verify that, I can then verify what is coming out of this truck, just to make sure. So one ground, one sending unit signal, and then one power signal, and I forget what the other one's for. Haha. Maybe another ground. I don't know. Let's see. Yay. Alright. So, can you see me? Can you see me? You see what I got going on here? I'm going to take the ground off the power probe, and I'm going to take the purple wire, shoot it some juice. It did not do nothing. Well, that sucks. Let's try the gray wire. Hey! Gray wire gave me all the power. Alright. Gray wire on the end. Power. I wonder if I can look up the part number and if it'll give me a wire and schematics. Oh, that's silly. So, I'm an idiot sometimes. So you can actually see what the wires do here. Obviously, red wire, power, black wire, ground, blue wire is going to be the sending unit. Yep. Sure enough. And then you can do continuity to figure out which one's what. Silly. All right, I'm going to take these and I'm going to strip those wires under there. And then we'll cut you back on. So, pretty neat. Continuity tester is awesome on these things. Here, beep. So we have ground, signal, power, ground. This is the ground for the pump itself. This is the ground for the whole unit. Pretty neat. Now I know. Ground, signal, power. Ground, signal, power. Ground, signal, power. Ground. Now, let's figure out what the truck's putting out, because that I don't know. And I'm sure everyone has seen automatic strippers in action. They're just lovely. Absolutely lovely. How can you not like them? Oopsie. They're adjustable. I've got 2 sets. They're great. I love them. All right, so now I can test all this stuff. So more than likely, this will be the signal, this will be the power, and hopefully these will be 2 different grounds. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, I should probably find color-coded diagrams online like I said I was going to do earlier. I still haven't done that. Let's go do that. It is now time to put a battery in here and see what happens, except for this. This is just not acceptable. It's not going to work. So let's grab some lugs, some battery ends, strippers, and an Amazon hydraulic crimper. There's a video on this. It's amazing. No, I'm just kidding. Pittsburgh. I don't remember. And make this better. Way better. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Yes. It's unacceptable. Let's just make it better. Adjust the camera. And that's good enough. All right, let's time lapse this and make it better. Hey, I'm trying to talk. This is the worst place ever to do YouTube videos. I still don't have faith in it. Anywho, doing a smoke test, smell test. That is hooked up. That is hooked up. That is better. That's hooked up and better. That's hooked up and better. No smoke, no fires. Let's turn some pea sticks. Check some other things. Somebody tried to tow this thing, it pops out from underneath the shifter linkage so they can move it around the yard. And then somebody took the relay. Don't know. So let's go crawl back underneath the truck, make sure it's in park. Yeah. I still haven't figured out what wires are what yet, which is why I'm doing that. Okay, let's crawl. You wanna crawl with me? Come on. You can go with me. Going down. Here we go. Watch your headphones. Oh, my back does not like. Oh yeah, I can see it right now. See, linkage is off. So that's cool. This is way up there. And I'm gonna be off my blanket. Gonna be off the blanket. Some of them, what's in my face? More wires. Awesome sauce. Yep, that's the problem. Can you see it? Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Obviously something missing there. Somebody had it rigged up for something, but it should now be in park. Now let's see if we get an engine trying to turn over. I need to go on a diet. Okay. Yay! Dead batteries. All right, I have ignition. I'm gonna put that stuff on charge. Yep, here we go. Be right back. Back with me. Back with me. Let's turn it over. Let me know if you hear any funny noises or anything also. I'm gonna take the mic. Mic. Testing. I know it's a bit noisy out here, but we took the mic off so we could listen to it. I'm still not happy with that mic. Anyway, let me know if it makes any funny noises. I'm gonna see if it spins over. Here we go. Okay, that should have been a really good draw. Did anything smoke? Is anything hot? Nope. I don't smell nothing, buddy. I'm happy. Guess what we're gonna do now? We're gonna call it a day because I gotta pick up tools and go. Tomorrow. I'm about to give up because of the traffic. Tomorrow we will test the wires that are hanging and see if they have powers and stuff like that. Yep, as far as today, I am done. Time to go get cleaned up. So pretty. So pretty, look at that. It's physical art. Physical art. I can't draw, but I can cook, damn it. Okie dokie, we are not wearing the mic today because I got too many little clips to do. Remember yesterday we spun it over and we got oil pressure just by cranking it over, so that's good. Right now, we've got my auxiliary cell phone set up because I'm a one-man show and I need to know if that wire has got power on it. So, let's turn it. Because more than likely I won't be able to hear the buzz. Let's see what happens. Watch the video back and see if it came on. It did. Nice. So that is power for the pump. Let's open a door. What's in the door? Let's use a door. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What I am hoping now is that my universal weather pack connectors, one of them might fit this. I hope so, Because I verified the power, turns on with the key, goes off, turn off the key, comes back on for a split second, goes back off, priming the system, turn the key back on, power comes on, goes off, priming the system, crank, power comes back on. The other one is the signal for the gas meter. It made the needle go blah, 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 blah. The other one is for some sort of sensor. It has 1 to 2 volts going through it. I don't know why. And then the ground. So I kind of want to do this right. Nope. Son of a gun. Now, that being said, I could change these to make it work. Yes, I could. I could. Oh, these are the round ones and these are square ones. Let me go see if I got round ones. That is going to be the difference. Square and round. Square and round. Shoot. I don't think I do. I don't want to wait another day. Oh, it's so loud. Okay, let's see if this kit might be the right one. Maybe. How? Is it that tight? Help me understand. That's 2. I needed 3. That's a 3-er. Oh, winner, winner, winner. Sweet. Okay. I'm just going to make it and be done with it. Here we go. Okay, again with no mic. All right, we're going to push record and test the signal and the switch. Here we go. So hopefully that came on. But let's see if the fuel pump section worked. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Yeah. You hear that? It worked. Good enough for me. Now let's figure out what we're going to do with the tank. The tank is close. Again, I have had great difficulty trying to find the exact tank for this thing because they all look like that. The problem is this filler neck needs to be over here and up because there's a pretty good distance, a gap in between where the pump goes and the filler neck. Yeah, and they all show the same for no matter what size it is, whether it's 22 gallon, 20, whatever, 34, they're all similar to this. So if this actually fits in the hole, I can always extend the filler neck hose with a piece of pipe or something, maybe. If this doesn't fit in the hole and it needs to go back, I'll have to extend the fuel line fittings, which is going to suck. It'll take another day. And if it's not even close, then I've got to get the drawing board and keep searching for a tank. Anyway, I'm going to get under there and wrestle with this. You don't need to see that. The tank is way too big in diameter and a little bit too long to go in the road. And I used to, up until about 6 months ago, have about 30 vehicles back here in this lot where we did our part outs for LS swaps and other things like that. But the city, after 5 years, said no, you gotta move it. I don't even really talk about how much they cost me. First it was take the vegetation off the fence. Then it was put up the fence. Then it was put more vegetation back on the fence. Then it was remove the cars. Then it was no equipment, like lawnmowers and stuff. Anywho, luckily, I saved one lone gas tank that came off of a similar truck, but it was a 1500 truck. It's a little shorter and a little narrower, and it has the 3-prong plug that I just made. Let's take this apart and see if we can make sure it's clean on the inside and usable. Dude, if that works, I'll be so happy. Wish me luck. I don't want to do it again, but I do now have enough pieces I can extend the fuel lines. Yay! If this fits. I don't have the straps still to hold it in place, but whatever. Hopefully it'll work. It's got a couple different pumps in different positions. Let's get on there and try it. That's all I can do. You ever get so frustrated because you're looking for something for an hour and you can't remember where you put it and it's exactly where you left it from weeks ago? In the frog saving business this morning. All right, little buddy. Get off me. Woo-wee! So I'm essentially rigging up the same thing they had rigged up because the tank is overseas and it's going to be another 10 days before it gets here. I don't have time. I got to move this thing out of the way and I don't have anybody to help me steer it, pull it, and all that good stuff. So I'm hoping this will work. Plumbed in just like they had it, but not with hose clamps. It's actually screwed in on both ends and wired up regularly. So I'm about to do a test now to see if the key makes this pump run, make sure it's right. So let me know what you hear. Let me go put the battery on charger and we'll be right back. And let me know if you hear psst, psst. That'd be nice. Fire in the hole. Did it work? Tell me if it worked. Let me know if it worked. Let's check, see if it worked. Hope so. Okay, yep. This is dumb, but whatever. Hopefully it works. All right, and I did not do the research to see if this is a return. That should be a vent. So I did crack open the line right about here where the fuel filter goes, so it can spirit out any junk, flow, purge, clean purge any junk that is maybe in the line. Yep. And I got a tub down there to catch any excess, but I'm gonna put you right here and you let me know if shit starts spewing out of that. Hopefully it won't. Let's put you in the holder. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna cycle the key a couple of times. Fire extinguisher. Yep, and then we'll cycle the key. There we go. I got it. July 2018. That'll be fine. Yep. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Fire the hole. Anything happen? Let's check. Okay. Going down. Not like that, you dirty pervs. I just want to see if it's spraying. Watch your eardrums. Alright, let me know what happens. Anything happen? Okay, where was I? Let's see. The battery wasn't charging because I had to, well, as you can see, cut some wires, splice some wires, and make some wires. Looks like it's still not charging. But I think I found a Schrader valve. So let's prime the system a little bit and check for fuel pressure. Schrader valve. Oh yeah. Yay. Okay. Let's the battery is smoking. Battery is smoking. Yeah, it's drawing everything down. Damn it. Nothing can work just nice and easy for me. Yep. All right, let's go find another battery. We got a starter. All right, so it is Monday the, I don't know, 9th or 10th or something like that. We are now cold. It's like in the 40s. Cold. As I went to testing, I don't remember where I left off, the starter went out on me. And because I'm a one-man show, I actually had to set up a camera over there with a power probe to see if it was getting signal. And then you do the old knock trick and it would still click. So that sucks. So we're going to jack this monstrosity up, take this wheel off on that side, and just swap out the starter. Nothing special there, just a typical 2 bolts, 2 wire connections. Put it back in. Matter of fact, there's the lead. That's still on the signal wire. I want to make sure I had signal, because it went from turning over kind of slowly to nothing. Absolute nothing. Like, I checked everything in the world before I checked this starter. And we had power going to it and signal coming to it, so it should have worked. And I tapped on the starter, and then I got a click, which tells me the inside's just brushes and stuff, whatever the insides are made of, have gone bad from sitting. So let's dump some more money in this monstrosity before we get it going. I just needed to move it. It's in the way at this point. Wind's blowing really bad. Yeah, I messed around. Was like, oh man, why am I not working? Is this wire making it not work? Because my fuses over here were good, and the ignition one is a ground circuit, and the starter relay was good. And I was like, oh, what's wrong with that? But I think that's just ground triggered anyway, versus all the rest of them being 12 volt positive. But once I clink, 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 hit it with a hammer, it worked. Well, it tried to work. You know what I'm saying. It needs a damn starter. Let's put a starter on it. Ha ha! That was not too terribly bad to do, other than 4 phone calls and 3 people walking up on me. I bet I had to crawl out from underneath that truck 6 times for randomness. All right. One of these is not like the other. Actually, that's not true. They are nearly identical. The same is what I mean. They are nearly the same. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Ooh, they got a fancy, no zip tie on that one. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you know the deal with all starters and alternators. You want fully charged batteries. That way you don't kill a brand new starter or a brand new alternator. As for heat shield, that doesn't have it. My old one had a shim on it. Yeah, everything looks good. All right, now, old starter. Look what I found. Ready? Ready? It's not supposed to do that. It's not supposed to do that. This whole thing twisted. Crazy. So that was this issue. Just degradation. It came apart. Anyway, let's clean the terminals on the wires, signal wire, power wire. Clean those terminals on the wires. Put this back up in there. Do not strike. Do not hit your new one with a hammer. You can hit the old one with a hammer, but don't hit the new one with a hammer. Why? Starter installed. Batteries are tight. Almost full charge. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just see if we got clicks this time, because that was rough. And I forgot to put my mic on, so you might not hear it. Anyway, here we go. Oh yeah. Sweet. We have a little pressure too. Let's hook the fuel pump back up and see what happens. And get my mics. Where's my mics? Where's my mic? Mic. Okay, there's my mic. Let's put that on. The mic is in place. I don't know how well it's working. We'll see. Anyway, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, I got the fuel pump plugged back up. It's grounded. I haven't put the tire back on yet. We'll do that in a moment. I just want to make sure the starter worked. And the starter does work. Now, let's cycle the key 15 times. I don't need to check the Schrader valve because we did that a couple days ago, so I know we got some fuel pressure. I don't know if we got the right fuel pressure, but let's see what happens. I'm priming the system, trying to push all the air out. It's trying to crank. Oh, it's running. It's running. And it shut off. Oh, it ran. It actually ran decent. I'm stoked. Oh, let me turn this off and make sure there's fuel in the bucket. And let's put the tire back on, because the starter's good. It ran. Ha! speaker is off. I mean, the mic is off. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing fired up and maybe rev. So I'm priming a couple times because I'm sure that fuel system is still super nasty. Attack is definitely wrong. Trying to relearn, which I guess is normal since it's been asleep for probably 4 years if I had to guess. No smoke. Ooh, we got a massive leak up front though. Let's go figure out what that is before we create a mess. Alright, let's figure that is. That's probably, I mean, I don't want to guess anything. Oh. Ow. Look at that. My finger just got stuck in there. Ah, that hurts. It's this. It's coolant. No big deal. Alright, let me fix that, figure that, rig that, do something with that, move this thing, and let's see if we can actually get it to go into gear. Yeah. Even though the linkage is not secure. Yeah, whatever. Here we go. Is this working? Look at that. Look at that. Alright, hopefully the mic's working. We're rolling. That surgeon is a fuel pressure issue or a tuning issue. But for now, let's just see. These two actually move. Buddy old pal, she's gonna help me figure out how to make this thing work. Actually runs really. Shifter cable was a pain in the butt, but we found a cheap one on the old Jungle website, and it's 2 inches longer than the original one, but the throw seems to be the same. That's the original one. I didn't record doing the process because it was a nightmare. And honestly, I forgot to bring the phone. Original OEs are around 120 bucks, so for 20 bucks, I'll give it a try. We had to take that out, to take that out, to take that out, to cut this out, to take that off, to take that out, to take that off, just to get to it, to be upside and underneath to take these two pieces off. There's a clip there, it's got to pop out, then you got to squeeze them, push it through. Same on the bottom side. I should have done video, but I didn't. There's plenty of videos online. Anyway, we're gonna see if we crank up and actually move now, so I can get it out of the way. Because I'm still waiting on the tank. Today is the 14th or 15th. I don't know. What is today? 14th. November 14th. The tank should be here in another 5 days. So we're gonna see if that's got enough pressure, just to get it out of this so I can do some other things in this spot. Here we go. I will go get the tripod for this. Sweet. Let's see for the crank and actually go into gear. I did not check the air pressure in the tires. I didn't check the transmission fluid. I'm pretty sure we still have coolant and oil. And that's as far as we got. So let's see if yeah, let me put the seat in it and then see if we go into gear. And then I'll put the interior back together, sort of. Those seats don't go with that truck. Seat is back in it. Let's I know you probably won't be able to hear me, but let's give it a try anyway. Okay, it went forward and it went reverse. When the fuel tank gets here, we'll get the proper fuel pump for it and maybe even do a tune-up. I'll probably drive it one time to make sure it shifts before we do a tune-up after we do the tank. Because it's still surging and it's burning a little rich at the moment. But the motor sounds great. Sweet. And if all that works, windshield, maybe a fender. Depends on if the bucket works and stuff. I gotta figure out how to do all that. All right, awesome. Yay to the next part.